Hey guys, Adam Fennig here with Fennig Equipment, and today we're in the shop and we're going to talk about these hydraulic pumps. It's something that is very common, and if you're watching this video, you're likely very familiar with this hydraulic pump and what it does. But there's a lot of confusion around how this pump works, how they can break, and how to replace them, and what the best steps are. Now, we're going to go through all the details of this pump, and then at the end of this video, I'm going to talk to you about the #1 cause for this pump to go bad, for it to leak, and how we can stop that if you get a new pump so that it never happens to you again. So basically how this pump works is we have a hydraulic driven motor right here that is attached to a liquid pump. So think of it as your fertilizer tender pump, where it's got a Honda motor and maybe a John Blue motor attached to it. We've got the same thing, but this is a hydraulic driven, and this is your impeller here. This piece right here is the actual impeller. This is the piece that sits inside of this housing, and it grabs fertilizer as it spins and it pushes it out. This is our inlet side of the pump, or the suction that you could say. So this is what's going to hook up to the inlet. It then gets put into that impeller. The impeller spins and pushes that product out the top. So this is your pressure side. This is your suction side. On the hydraulic side, when you're wanting to plumb this up, there's a few things that we need to remember. This pump is going to come with some fittings right here. The short fitting is going to be your pressure line. This longer fitting is going to be your return. This long fitting here is actually a check valve. What that does is it does not allow oil flow to flow into this hydraulic pump this way. It can only go out. So if you're trying to run this pump and you run your hydraulic lever in one direction and nothing happens, it's likely you're trying to run the pump the wrong direction. Simply go the opposite way with your flow and that pump will engage. It's a safety to make sure that we're not trying to run this pump in the opposite direction. Now with these pumps does come a manual. It talks about hydraulic flow. It talks about the proper way to return oil back to your tractor on that return side. It talks about the overall maximum output that's capable of these pumps, because there are several different variations of these pumps. We make a really small one called our poly housing, and then this is our most common, and then we can get really big for like a high flow 25 row applicator. They all follow the same rules. Hydraulic driven motor attached with a shaft to this impeller to the fertilizer side, and the rules are still the same on all of them. Now let's go over those rules and what happens when you break them. I get a lot of calls from guys and they'll say, hey, my fertilizer pump is leaking, either on the fertilizer side or on the hydraulic side. And the problem can occur in almost the same scenario. Basically what we're usually doing is we're throwing way too much oil to this pump. This pump, you can see this hydraulic motor is very small. On these huge tractors that we're getting today, they've got an extreme amount of hydraulic capacity and a huge pump that can push out a lot of gallons per minute at a very high pressure. You can imagine a small little pump like this takes very little. And so what I see happen is guys will have that SCV turned up to 50, 60, 70% flow, and this pump has to bypass all that oil, and it cannot bypass it fast enough back to the tractor. We heat up this hydraulic motor and blow the seals. Same thing can happen on this fertilizer side. If you are running a bypass system and you're running this fertilizer side at 80% of its maximum capacity, but you're returning 60% of it back to tank, meaning you're only using 20%, but you're running it at 80, we're overworking the fertilizer side, creating a ton of back pressure, and you're going to end up giving out on those seals. That is the most common problem I see with this, is we're just simply running it too fast. And so how do we fix that? I get calls all the time of, hey Adam, my pump's leaking, what do I do? The best case scenario, the quickest, easiest, most pain-free way to do it is to order yourself a new pump from us and then order yourself a seal kit for your old pump. What this allows you to do is take this pump, throw it on your sprayer, throw it on your applicator, and you can simply keep running. It gets you going. Now, a lot of guys will say, yeah, but all I need is a seal kit. Potentially. You only need a seal kit if it gets put together right and if everything gets tightened up and you give it hydraulic flow and it does not break again. If you do that, now we're waiting 2, 3, 4 days for more shipping and everything, and you may still have the same problem. So just order a new pump from us, order a seal kit for either the fertilizer or hydraulic side or both, and then in the off season, fix up your old pump and you now have a spare that you can sit on the shelf for next year. If that ever happens again, you would now have a complete rebuilt pump on your shelf. That's the best way to do it. So the number one problem that we see with these pumps is too much hydraulic flow on this side or too much fertilizer push on this side when we're not using. So how do we fix this? The best way to set this pump is on your first couple passes in your field, turn your SCV flow down to 1. Drive through the field and you likely will not be achieving your target rate with just 1 on your SCV. But as you're driving, slowly increase that SCV flow and the pump will start to kick up more and more. Finally, you will get to a point to where you achieve your target rate. And if you're driving your target speed, we now know that you have hit the minimum oil requirement for this pump to efficiently run. Well, we may not want to run right there. Once you hit that, tap it up a couple more clicks to give you a little bit more room for increased speed or increased rate, and that is where I set the pump. We now know that we are running this pump at the most efficient level. We're not bypassing a ton on the fertilizer side. We're not throwing a ton of oil to this hydraulic side, and we minimize our risk of blowing seals out of either end. Now on our return line, in a perfect world, we would have a 0 pressure return going back to the tractor on this. That would be another great solution to help increase the longevity of these pumps. These pumps are very well built, they're very sturdy, but when not used properly, we are going to start to blow seals out of these and have leaks everywhere. So that is the ACE centrifugal pump that we use on sprayers, applicators, planters. There's thousands of them across the countryside out there pumping fertilizer, pumping chemicals for you guys, and they work very well. But when not used properly and when not set up, they're going to be a big failure and they can create a lot of downtime for you. Use this video, use Fennig equipment as a resource for parts, knowledge, and service to make sure your hydraulic centrifugal pump is running efficiently, effectively, and that it will last you a very long time. Thank you guys for tuning in, and be sure to like and subscribe and watch all of our videos. Thanks for tuning in.